Lord, we give him all honor, praise, and glory to our power, and power, our ship, our job, our ship, honor to our elder apostles and elder bishop that Rulo, and salutations to the whole for you know, Lord willing, is an edifying lesson to the land and sheep of Yahweh Shema Shah. Now, I titled this lesson through the spirit. Me and the brother, we talking over it about what the topic of camp could be, and we chose the topic of do the no excuses, do the work. And basically, the elders, the elders of Great Millstone, many other elders were getting on the shepherds of Berea for their misconduct and what they were saying on their lives, right, on live. Yeah, it was a lot of lessons that learned from those rebukes, right? Because many elders of Great Millstone from various camps, they did rebuke lessons on the shepherds of Berea, on what they said on their lives. You know what I'm saying? On when the shepherds of Berea went live, what they said at their camp, they got a lot of rebuke for that. You know what I'm saying? Because they was coming against the order, they was coming against the apostles, and they was coming against the men that taught them, and who they supposed to be following, and that's out of order. As it says in 1 Corinthians 14 and 40, let everything be done in decency and order. And what they were saying and how they was moving, right, was out of order. Was out of order. But no excuses. Let's do the work. And yeah, let's do the work. I'm gonna touch into Luke 14, Luke the 14th chapter, because this highlights, right, the fact that Yahweh Shah don't like a nigga that like to make excuses. He don't like an individual that like to fucking talk and make excuses for why they can't do the work, And I was listening to one of the lives of the brothers, one of the one of the GMS camps. I think it was I was just listening to a live of Virginia, of the Virginia camp and the Virginia and the South GA camp, and they did a get together camp, collab camp. They got together and they did camp together. And I was just listening to it, and the brother said, he made a good point that Yahweh Shah made everything easy. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting beat and whipped, or I have to deal with any physical. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing physical or nothing really that's staying away from us doing the work. You know what I'm saying? We have ample time on our hands, but it's not about, what I'm trying to say. It's not about, we got ample time on our hands, but it's all about what do you prioritize. You see what I'm saying? We got to prioritize the truth. That's what I got from listening to those rebuke videos was, you got to prioritize the truth, man. You can't put nothing above the truth. You can't put man, you can't put family, you can't put anything above Yahweh Shah. You can't. And it's not about not having time, it's about making time. Because see, if you're passionate, you love something, you're gonna make time for it. Rather than, saying that you're gonna have time. You see? Because when it comes to our hobbies and passions, we make time for that. But then when it comes to doing the work of the Lord, we wanna make fucking excuses. That goes 10 times more for myself, man. Because I was making excuses too. Things I know the Lord wanted me to do. Things that I know the Lord required of me to do, but I was making excuses. Want to do the bare minimum. It can't run like that, man. You got to do more. You got to go harder. Because like Elder Apostle Hall said about 2026, this is the year of the apostates, sellouts, and agents, man. So the Israel been being searched by the Lord been searching Israel by candlesticks, right? He been searching Israel with candlesticks, but now he about to turn the faucet out. Now things about to turn up. He really gonna be sifting, right? This upcoming year is really gonna be a year of sifting, because a lot of individuals that's not right in the spirit, they're gonna be out of here. You know what I'm saying? This is why Elder Pastor Hart coined this year the year of the apostates, sellouts, and agents, man. That should bring a lot of fear. If you've been lukewarm, slacking, lazy, you know, not on point, not doing what we supposed to be doing, taking the truth like a fucking joke. We supposed to be going harder hearing that because the Lord is giving you examples. What happened with with the shepherds of Berea was just one example, right? You had the other dude, Prince of Power. He was a big time scoffer and mocker, and now he coming against the apostles. And guess what happened? The Lord got rid of his ass. You see, the Lord giving you an example. I'm not saying this was just a talk. I'm making a point. The Lord is showing you examples, man. The fear, you're gonna get right, man. Do what you gotta do, because you don't want that to be you next. You don't want the Lord to pull you away from this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about feeling your heart by Shema Shah and doing what's required, right? Doing what's required of you, and that's what the Lord asks, really, right? Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what I'm saying? Do what you say you're gonna do. When you drunk of the cup, as it says in Matthew the 20th chapter, when we drunk of that cup and we accepted the truth and believed on the truth, we gave up our lives to serve Yahweh Shema Shah. We agreed upon it. That was a contract that we made. So we believed on this truth. We made a contract to serve the Lord. So we should do what we're supposed to do, as it is written. I'm gonna read it here, Mark 12. Before I get into that Luke, I'm gonna read Mark 12 and 17. And Yahushua answering said unto them, render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to Yahweh Shema Shah the things that are Yahweh Shema Shah's. And they marveled at him. See? You know, because they was asking the question, hey, should we pay taxes? That's what the Lord said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Yeah, that's basically the Lord was telling them, yeah, you should pay your taxes, right? And then, but also the Lord was saying what? Render unto Yahweh Shema Shah what belongs to Yahweh Shema Shah, roughly paraphrasing. So the things that belong to us serving this truth, us doing the work, that us we're making ourselves a living sacrifice, it says in Romans the 12th chapter, us doing videos, us coming to camp, that's our reasonable service. That's what the Lord requires of us to do. That's what we're supposed to do for Yahweh Shema Shah. So we can't be slacking on that and just, downplay that service. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're required to do. You know? And like the Lord said here in Mark 12:17, that's not saying that you can't get a job and you can't work, right? Brothers work while in the truth. We have to work. We're not sovereign. We're in captivity. So you gotta work. It's not wrong with getting a better opportunity. It's not wrong with getting more money for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or being about self-improvement and making things better for yourself. You know what I'm saying? But it's a balance. But see, there's no balance in putting off the truth, or putting the truth to the side, in other words, to go pursue the things of the world. That's not a balance, man. You put the Lord in the back burner when you do that shit. You know what I'm saying? No job, no amount of money, nothing, no woman, no family, no relationship, no opportunity should get away from you doing the work, bro. It shouldn't, man. It should not. Because at the end of the day, you want the Lord to defend you. What did the Lord say in the Sirach, the 2nd chapter? He said, woe unto you that are faint-hearted. Right? For when the Lord shall visit you, who shall defend you? Who? Because if you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing now, right? When Jacob's trouble comes and the hour of temptation comes, the Lord not gonna be with you. You're gonna be shredded like everybody else. You either gonna take the mark, or you gonna probably take the mark, or you're gonna be the judge in Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You want to be covered. You want to be protected from now on up to salvation. You don't want the Lord to depart from you, not in this evil ass, dark ass world. Do what you're supposed to do, and that just comes with, at the end of the day, as it says in what? Let me bring that out. Actually, let me bring out Matthew 25. Matthew 25. Right, about the 10 foolish version and the 10 wise versions. Right, let's go into that real quick. All right. See? This is Matthew chapter 25, verse 1. It says, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. Right? So these represent, the virgins represent the Israelites that's in the truth. Right? The Israelites that know the truth and they in the truth. They involved in this thing. You see what I'm saying? They know about, they know the names of the Lord. Right? They woke up to the fact that they Israelites. So the virgins represent those that's in the truth. You see? Those that know that they're Israelites. Right? Verse 2. 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. So you had dudes that so you had wise, right? Meaning what? You had Israelites that's in this truth, that doing what they're supposed to be doing, that's serving Yahweh Shema Shah, that's doing what Yahweh Shema Shah tells them to do, and you got foolish virgins, which represents Israelites or servants, right? Not Salaki, I'm not trying to add to the word, but Israelites, right? The foolish virgins represent Israelites that's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Right? They're not rendering what belongs to Yahweh Shema Shah. They're not being diligent. They're not rendering their service, man. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing their reasonable service. They bullshit, they playing around. That's what makes them foolish, man. You know what I'm saying? Teaching false doctrines, not doing what they're supposed to be doing, bullshitting and playing around. Playing with the truth, playing with Yahweh Shema Shah's money, man. This is a talent that we got. You know what I'm saying? The preach and to teach this word is spiritual power, man. And you can't play with the talent the Lord gave you. Whatever knowledge and gifts that the Lord gave you, you can't play with that. But that's the foolish version. They was playing with their talent. They was hiding it, right? They wasn't coming out and doing what the Lord required them to do. They were teaching false doctrine and doing their own thing and doing what they wanted to do. Misusing the talent. Chasing money. Using the truth to get filthy lucre. See? They wasn't doing what they supposed to do at the end of the day. Right? Which shows a lack of fear. That's what made them foolish, man. They didn't fear the Lord. And they didn't take the truth seriously. Right? Verse 3, it says, they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. You see? That's that knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Right? Because the foolish also represent dudes that don't know what they involved in. Dudes that don't know what they involved in. That's why they didn't take no oil with them. See? So they didn't understand. They didn't know what they were involved in. They didn't take this seriously, man. And that's why the elder apostle, the bar, says it all the time. A lot of people do not understand what they involved in. A lot of people don't. They don't know what they involved in, man. Because here it is, the Lord is saying you got wise virgins that took oil with them and foolish virgins that didn't. The foolish virgins represent those that didn't count the cost. They didn't understand what they was involved in and they played around, they bullshitted, and then what? The Lord visited them. And as we're going to go through this parable, right, they didn't make it. The bridegroom ain't take them, which the bridegroom represent Yahweh Shah, by the way. I should have made that clear from the beginning. The bridegroom in this parable represent Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah not dealing with those foolish virgins and niggas that's playing around and not the individuals that's playing around and not taking the truth seriously and not doing what they know they supposed to be doing. You're not dealing with them, and you're not gonna accept them, man. They foolish. But those the individuals that's not rooted, man. And if you don't know what you're involved in, you can't be steadfast and rooted, as it says in 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. You can't be steadfast. You can't be rooted. In order for you to be steadfast and unmovable like a tree, and you see that tree right there? You see these trees, right? See those trees? Forget the people, but look at the trees, right? In order for you to be like that tree, be rooted, right? To be steadfast, to be unmovable, you see what I'm saying? You got to know what you're involved in. And the only way you're going to know what you're involved in if you do a diligent search. Study to show thyself approved, right? Being a workman, rightly divine the word of truth, that you be not ashamed. Roughly paraphrasing. You see? So the only way you can get rooted is you know what you're involved in. So the foolish virgins were the individuals in the truth that didn't know what they was involved in. They didn't study enough. They didn't know what they was, what they really what was really required of them, they really take. They did not count the cost. You know what I'm saying? They didn't count the cost. You know? So you gotta count the cost, man. You gotta know what you're involved in. You must know what you're involved in. Else you won't be rooted, man. You gotta know what you sign up for. So I don't want that. Verse 5. Yeah. Gotta just, it's a spirit. Just jumped on me, man. Gotta just go. Verse 5. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight, there was a cry made. Right, the slumbering and the slept represent Yahweh Shah coming unexpectedly. Right, remember, scripture say he come as a thief in the night. So them sleeping represent them not knowing when the Lord going to come. What the scripture say? You will not know the day nor the hour, right? Or the minute, right? When the heavens fall. Yeah, when he going to come back. You don't know. So you got to watch as well as pray, man. You don't know when the Lord come back. You can't be caught off guard. And that's when the Lord's coming. He said he's coming back as a thief in the night. He come back unexpectedly. That's why he told us to watch. But the foolish virgin, they sleeping. They're not watching. They're not true watchmen. They're not watching, right? They're sleeping. You see? They're doing their own thing and acting as if Yahweh Shah is not coming. You see?
Don't want them to come. Because they did, it would change their own perspective and their view. But because to be like to be Christ-like, that means what? You got to become that new man. You got to change who you are. So therefore, you're gonna follow suit based on the fact that you change who you are, because you appreciate what Yahweh Shah gave to us, and you want that to work for you. But these cats, they didn't count the cost, like the Ak was saying. What they really was doing was banking on this place exceeding the time frame that people were calling on the Lord to come and give us salvation. That's crazy. It makes no sense to know what you know and then flip the doctrine. And then flip your understanding. You changing people that follow you. So you know the blood that's on your hands? Come on, man. With refusal comes consequence. That's something you gotta pay attention to. Right?
Right, calm.
What Apostle Tahar say? He said in a couple of weeks, the Lord getting ready to the oven is on. The oven been on for the last couple of weeks, maybe the last month or so. But guess what's going on? He's turning up the temperature. Yahweh Shah is turning up the temperature. What's that? Yeah, you got it. That's why I need to pour now. Oh, I got it. I'm for the water.
While the brother get that, I'm gonna read Luke 21:34. It says, "Take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting." Right? Surfeiting is partying. Okay, that's partying. So you in a mirth, you in the spirit of mirth. Because what happens when you're partying? You're in the spirit of mirth. Are we saying that you can't enjoy yourself and have a good time or have a get together? Of course not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, there's a balance with this truth, right? If I didn't make it clear, I'm making it clear now. There's a balance in the truth. You can get together, especially with brothers. You know, have a good time with family. But the thing is, you're not supposed to be in the spirit of mirth. You ain't supposed to be partying like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is it. Like this is your home. Like everything good. You know what I'm saying? Right. You ain't supposed to be partying and also scripture don't even be unyoked with unbelievers. Right. So you ain't supposed to be partying in the mirth spirit, being with unbelievers, thinking that shit is good, man. Acting like the day of the Lord's not coming, acting like America not gonna get hit with a missile. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? What it said in Ezekiel 21 and 10. It said roughly paraphrasing that destruction comes, right? Should we then be in the spirit of mirth?
Yeah. That's preparing. How could you be prepared for anything drastic and you party? Right. You're not in your right state of mind. Right. You're looking at things like, yo, tomorrow, like put it this way. You're thinking like all these 2/3. What the Lord said, let this day deal with today and tomorrow deal with tomorrow.
Right. Evil in the day, efficient
you understand
thereof.
what I'm saying? You
Right.
have to be efficient in this day.
Right.
Fuck what tomorrow, who gives a fuck?
Right, and you touch on a beautiful point.
Yeah.
Like, you take things one day at a time, and that's the thing. Like, dude, you can't, Salakia, you can't be presumptuous. You
Right.
can't make it plans as if the Lord not involved in those plans, because ultimately the Lord decides if the plan's gonna go through or not.
Hence, Lord willing.
Right.
Come
That's
on.
why. And James will tell you that you gotta say
Yeah.
Lord willing,
That's right.
because you can make plans. Oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'm gonna get this job, or I'm gonna make this money. I'm gonna have this house. I'm gonna do these things. But you gotta say Lord willing, because the Lord might deviate your plans. He might make your plans come to naught.
Right.
See?
On purpose, though.
Yeah. Everything.
Because you banking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything is a warning sign in the Bible, man. This is something that only the hopeful can see.
Right.
That's why the Lord said, if you have eyes to see and ears to hear, you know, he will receive, right? Roughly paraphrasing. But
Right.
those who don't are like those foolish ones.
Right.
Like the ox said, they left without their lamp. They left without the oil. So they didn't even count the cost. Y'all not even paying attention to what you're getting into or what you into. You feel
Right.
where I'm coming from?
Right.
The point is that you gotta give what belongs to your Howard Shah.
Exactly.
And that's your time, man.
Beautiful.
And that's
Yep.
your time. Listen,
Yep.
you afforded this allotment, man.
Yep.
Myself, I'm 53 years old, right? I'm afforded this time on earth because what? The Lord wanted to spin me around and bring me to this point
Right.
where I was able to edify the sheep.
Right.
So if I'm able to do that within these 53 years, why the hell would I take the time that he gave me in this truth, understanding this truth, to fuck it up? Why would I do that?
Right.
So I'm like the saying is, when you fall away from this truth, it's like Yahweh Shah got to get back on the cross and die again.
Right.
Like he died for nothing.
Right. You put your Lord.
Come on, man.
As it's written, you put your Lord to an open shame, and we're not gonna do that. With the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shah, we're not gonna forsake the truth and put our Lord to an open shame.
Yeah.
Because here, here the thing is, like the scripture saying in Ephesians 5 and 16, you know, be wise, be as wise, not as fools, walk circumspectly, knowing the time. We know what's going on. Because of the report of the elders and because of the Holy Spirit. We know exactly what's going on through the scriptures, the report of the elders and the Holy Spirit. We know exactly what's going on. It ultimately boils down to Yahweh Shema Shah working with us through the Holy Spirit and the elders and the brothers of Great Millstone to understand what's really going on. And we know what's going on. We know the days are evil. We know this shit is bad and it's only gonna get worse. So why would we be in a spirit of murder? Why would we trying to make life in Babylon? It don't make sense. It don't make sense, man. Walking as if there's no evil coming. Walking as if the day of the Lord not coming. Walking as if Jacob trouble, the hour of temptation is not coming, bro.
You want to get that First John 2 and 15?
Let me finish this out. Luke 21:34. It says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your heart be overcharged with surfeiting. Right, that surfeiting is partying. You know, being in that merge spirit, always playing around, right? Not you playing more than you working. You know what I'm saying? Just play, right? You in that merge spirit, always gonna have fun and play around.
And you gotta understand, if you're not serving the Lord and you paying attention to other things, you're a servant of that.
Right.
You're a slave to whatever you involve yourself in.
Right.
So maintain your memory, right? Are you a slave? No, I ain't a slave. I got a job. I'm doing this, that, and the third. But you're a slave to that job, man. You don't give the Lord his due, man, under no circumstances.
Right.
This is why the title is what the title is, man. Stop making a fucking excuse, man. An excuse is bullshit, man. An excuse is an opportunity to fuck away your life, man.
Right.
All right, you gonna fuck away your life on this side and then fuck it up on the other side?
That don't make sense.
That's dumb.
Exactly.
That's fucking pure D ignorance, man.
Right. And I have to so like you finish.
And if the Lord gives you this opportunity, make the best of it, man. If you're not a good reader, who gives a fuck? We don't mind, because guess what? The Lord gave us ears to hear, man.
Right.
So if you read stumbling and chopping it up, we understand what you're talking about.
Right.
Moses, prime example.
I was just gonna touch into that because Moses,
You know what I'm saying?
Moses had
He
a
was
speech
just
impediment.
stuttering.
Yeah, he had speech impediment.
Yeah.
So what did the Lord bless him with? Aaron. He said, "I'm gonna give you your brother
Exactly.
Aaron." You know what I'm saying? He'd be like a prophet. Meaning
Yep.
he's gonna speak on your behalf. He's gonna be a
Exactly.
spokesperson. You know what I'm saying? Your mouthpiece. You see?
Exactly. And that's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
That's
So
a beautiful thing.
that's why the Lord bless us with brothers, not to
Yep.
cut you off,
Yep.
but that's why the Lord bless you with brothers. So if you weak in one area, you may not be a good reader. You got a brother that is a good reader,
Exactly.
so he can read for you. He can
Yep.
read for the body, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
that's why we're a body, man.
Right.
We all add something. We all contribute. You see what I'm saying?
Without the fingers, what's the hand?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So think about it in that manner, man. Think about this truth in a manner that makes it easy and accessible for you, man.
Right.
When you start thinking about the truth, complicated,
No.
it troubles you. And it puts you in a blocking place. It puts you at risk of losing spirituality through blockage, man.
Right.
You keep putting up blockers. You keep putting up shit or making excuses. That's the point, man. Fucking excuse, man. Just do it. Like this morning, I woke up, the fucking shower water was cold as fuck, man. And I'm like, God, dog it. You know what I'm saying? I'm convincing myself, yo, Rock, get your butt in that motherfucker. Get in that water, man. Get in there. So I'm like, fuck it. Because if I don't get in there, that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be mad at myself, come to camp, stinking. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be uncomfortable. And from here, I gotta go straight to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be worse over there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's hot as fuck in that job. You know what I mean?
Right.
That shit gonna start kicking up the funk. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like, hell no. Got in the water. But the point I'm making is that I put all of my shit to the side.
Right. You made the sacrifice
my
to be here.
apprehensions, I put those shits to the
Right.
side.
He didn't let nothing stop him from
Exactly.
being here.
Exactly.
And that's the point that I was touching into. He didn't let nothing stop him from being here. You can't let nothing stop you from coming in the truth.
Right.
And that's what I wanted to say, you know, before we move forward. You know, if you was bullshitting, right? And I said that earlier, you know, being lazy, got the spirit of sloth, not being diligent, right? Going for the bare minimum. If you was in that spirit, the Lord, go watch those rebuke videos that the elders did, man. Because if the Lord is working with you and if you got that discernment on you, it will touch you and you will realize, oh shit, I gotta do more. I gotta strive for my full potential, man. And stop playing. Stop and take this seriously, bro. Stop playing with this truth, man, because the Lord is not playing with you. And the thing is, dudes that's playing, they wind up getting exposed, and then what? They get excommunicated.
What's worse is that, you know what's worse? I think the fact that the Lord X you out and leave you alive and leave you just to wander and to visually see what you had in comparison to what you don't no more. I think that's worse than dying. You know what I mean? Because think about it. You know this truth, you in this truth, and now you out, you excommunicated.
Right. You got kicked, you got cut off the
You got
brotherhood.
cut off, man.
You don't want that.
Your life support. You know what an umbilical cord is, right?
Right.
It connects you to the thing that feeds you, the thing that gives you life,
Right.
and now you don't have that, man.
Right.
That's worse than death, man.
Right.
I think,
Yeah,
so
God.
speaking as a man.
It is. Because being cut off being cut off the brotherhood, cut off from the brotherhood is like being cut off life support. You need life support.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And you got cut off. You're done. You're done. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't make it on your own. Person on life support, they can't breathe and live on their own. They need that machine to keep them alive. So once you cut that machine off, they done. That's this truth. This truth is like that machine. You need this. You need the brotherhood, right? In order to function. Literally, just like the patient, you need the brotherhood to function. If you don't got the brotherhood, you ain't gonna be able to function on your own. And this is why you see a lot of reprobates, you see a lot of bug out individuals after they cut themselves from the brotherhood. They come scoffers and scorners. You know what I'm saying? They start talking shit. Yeah, talking shit against the apostles.
Making up names
yeah, they
for the Lord.
right. They go completely off.
Yeah.
They go way left field. And that comes to show you because the Lord ultimately cut them off because it wasn't right. He cut them off from the brotherhood to show you they can't function without Yahweh. Yahweh told you. He said, I am the vine, ye are the branches. If you abide in me, you will bear fruit. But if you don't abide for me, you can roughly paraphrasing, without me you can do nothing. Without Yahweh Shah, we can't do nothing, man.
Gotta preach that real quickly to add on to what you were saying.
Oh.
In 2 Thessalonians 2:11, it says, and for this cause, power shall send them strong delusions. Right, meaning you start to believe the shit that's going on in your head.
Right.
And the stuff that's going on in your head is Satan. You're listening to the devil. You're listening to demons tell you that you don't need power. You don't need Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. You need to follow this voice in your head. Because you're the only one that hear that voice, and you're the only one who's up on this new version of truth. That's the same shit. That's the same shit that transpired when the Quran came about. This is a new version of scholar to the truth, to the heavens, to the Most High. Come on, man. Stop following foolery, man. There's no mate for the Bible, man.
That's right.
She has no mate. And if you're not breaking down the truth right, you fucking up.
Right.
You just put your head on the damn on the guillotine.
Right.
Because it's not gonna last. You're not gonna last.
Well, like the scriptures say, you know.
Hold on, let me see that.
Yeah.
And it says, and for this cause, power shall send them strong delusions that they may believe a lie. That's
Right.
the point. To believe a lie over this truth. And that's crazy. Yeah.
Now, I was going to say, like, if you in other religion, the scriptures say don't go near her, right? Don't go near that strange woman, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because even though her words, her mouth is sweet as honeycomb, right? But the end of her is bitter as death, man. And as spiritually talking about being with a man's woman, adultery, in the physical sense, because if you commit adultery, that's a punishment on death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that'd be your ruin. That'd be literally your end. And also on the spiritual aspect, these bugged out idols, right? And these religions, man, these bugged out doctrines. That also represents the strange woman. You know what I'm saying? These other philosophies and other religions that's teaching contrary to the truth, man. Don't follow that, because what happened? It might sound good. That's that sweet as honeycomb. It sound good.
Right.
It may make you feel good, right. But guess what? It's not going to save you. It's not going to lead to salvation. It's going to lead to destruction. It's going to put you on the broad way. Yeah. That lead onto destruction. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you're going to be destroyed. See what I'm saying? But only the Lord can pull you out of that. Because if you stay in that, ultimately the Lord didn't want you. And that was your lot. To go in that broad way to be destroyed. See? So we in a scary time, and we in something very scary, man. Fear the Lord. That's why dudes go off, because they stop fearing the Lord, man.
No, that's fun.
They stop fearing the Lord. I got the precept here. Let me finish this out. Luke 21:34. It says, "And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness," right? Over drinking, but misusing of alcohol. Because there's nothing wrong with drinking, you know what I'm saying? But you're misusing it. That's drunkenness. You know what I'm saying? You drinking way over your limit, way over your threshold, man. It's like as it's written, use the word but not abuse it. Abusing it is misusing it. Using it for not what it was intended for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, scripture say wine maketh the heart joyful and merry.
In this beat up place. That's the point.
Right.
Because you don't like this place. So you bring joy to your heart by
right.
what? Studying the scripture.
Right.
Recognizing your promise. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Being lifted up in the spirit. That's what makes you feel good by drinking the wine. But consuming it and hanging out with motherfuckers in the world.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good.
That's
man.
not good. That's going on.
What you call that? Lesson? No. That's a message for destruction, man.
Yeah, you
setting yourself
for
up.
failure.
Yeah.
Because, see, their unbelief and their lack of faith could rub up on you, and that's why I should have said, when you get that precept, bad company corrupt with morals, so that's what he's touching into. Because if you drinking, and even just, not even just drinking, but you hanging around people in the world too long, their bad ways gonna rub up on you. You know what I'm saying? They could even, if you're not rooted, they could even start to persuade you to start doing wickedness, man.
Right.
Like, hey, man, maybe smoking weed is not bad. Or hey,
Yeah.
man, maybe drinking that maybe popping Molly isn't such a bad thing. Why? Because you weak. Why? Because you're not rooted and you hanging around the wrong damn people, man. That's why you can't hang around the wrong people. Hey, man, maybe smashing two girls at the same time isn't such a terrible thing.
All right.
See what I'm saying? Like,
It
it's
said,
all
be not
going on.
deceived, evil, bad communication.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 Corinthians 15 and 15.
Oh, that's communication.
Right. It's the same shit. But you saying company.
Right. I thought it was company, philosophy.
Right. What is communication? That's on 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. It said, be not deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manners. That's being amongst the two-thirds. Like he just said. We might not be as bad as you think it is. Oh, you found it?
Yeah, and I see.
Oh, okay. No. Go ahead.
No, finish the point.
Go ahead. It's the same. You go take everything.
This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. In the NLT, it says, don't be fooled by those who say such things, for bad company corrupts good character. You see? So, hanging around the wrong people, right? No matter what you're doing, if you're drinking, y'all could be going to the gym together, y'all could be just hanging out, chilling, whatever the case may be. If you hanging around the wrong people, that's gonna draw you away from the truth, because their bad ways gonna rub up on you. You gonna start considering things that you shouldn't be considering. Hey, man, sleeping with two girls at the same time isn't such a bad thing. You know, smoking weed isn't such a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, smoking cigarettes or doing nigga shit isn't such a bad thing. But it is. It is. And you supposed to be in the light. Light has nothing to do with darkness. Right? That's why the scripture say we are not unyoked with unbelievers, man. Should the church of Christ Yahweh be mingled with Satan, Beelzebub? Right? Should light be connected to darkness?
Light and darkness has no union, man.
Right? They can't come together.
They don't agree. One is absolute and the other is absolute. They both absolute. So it's a negative and a positive. Result meaning they can't work at the same time. You understand what that means? You cannot be this way and be a part of this truth. You can't have a foot in the street. You can't have a foot in a mud hole or a mud hole in a foot. I don't know how the term goes, but you can't do that and be part of this truth, man. Let me give you a scripture out right quick. This is 1 John 2 and 15, right?
Right.
It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in it, that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So, like the brother was just saying, like we just was touching on, that filthy conversation. That's still the lusting, and that's the love of this world, because it's tempting you. You still able to be tempted. Put it that way. You still able to put yourself in these situations when you shouldn't. You know what I mean? In 16, it says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. That's the key. The pride of life. Meaning, you concern yourself more in the life that you have in this world over the life that the Lord is promising you. And that's a life of abundance. Meaning, all that you think is status quo in this world is nothing in comparison to what the Father is promising you in the kingdom. What's your point? What's your point with being side by side with this place, man? In order, in like manner with this place. Why? This place is death, man. Everything about this place leads to death. Nothing about this place except for the fact that we were able to get this truth and understand it to be able to understand it.
Right. That's why I should have said, like a 2 and 10, rising apart, right? Because this is not your rest. It will lead you sore even with a sword's destruction.
Right.
See? Or be paraphrasing. So this is not our rest, bro. You stay, if you want to make a home and try to make it in Babylon, you're gonna be destroyed. You're gonna be finished, man. This is why the Lord told us to rise and depart, man. But I wanted to go into that word in communication in the blue letter from 1 Corinthians 15 and 33.
Okay.
This is the Greek. Homilia in the Greek, strong G 3657, homilia in the Greek, which means what? For communication, in the Greek it's homilia, which means what? Companionship, intercourse, communion, right? You know?
Communion, right. That's a relationship.
Right.
That's you being involved in something other than this truth.
You see?
You know what I'm saying?
Or
You being directed by a doctrine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or also too, other people, like we talked about, bad company. You taking around people that's drawing you away from the truth, that rubbing off their bad behavior and their bad ways on you.
But that's doctrine. That's what you call doctrinating.
You know?
When you take on the philosophy, like some people's philosophy is, what's that? Get rich or die trying. You understand where I'm coming from? So their philosophy is out. We gonna get on the streets and we gonna sell drugs. We gonna rob people. We gonna do whatever we need to do to get rich. And if you're around them type of people, that philosophy becomes yours. And that's a doctrine. Well, it may not be scriptural, but regardless of what we said earlier, anything that you follow or anything that you're doing religiously, you're a slave to. You know what I'm saying? And you might be a slave to these streets. A slave to the people you hanging around. Because they constantly putting their ideology in your mind.
Right, because if you're not rooted and you don't know what you're involved in, right, you could be drawn away.
Yep.
This is why it's so important to stay connected to the brotherhood and be around brothers more than you do people in the world. Because if you hang around them too long, they could corrupt you, your character, your spirit. They can, like I said, they can make you consider things you're not supposed to be considering, man. And what the scripture says, it says intercourse, you know? So you shouldn't I ain't even gonna touch on that because you know what intercourse, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what that is, but that's not needed for this lesson, right?
But it's truth though to that because with that, if you're not grounded or have understanding, you can misuse that because that's a spiritual bond, regardless of what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's an intertwining of your spirit.
Right, between the man and the woman. They become one flesh.
Exactly.
So we understand that the
hold on. And she can weaken you.
Right.
She can abuse you and take you out of this truth. Or have you going off, following behind her.
So why do y'all about to know shot? Because it just hit me in the spirit. This also really applies to sisters. Let's read it again. 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners. So it not just apply to brothers, it also apply to sisters too, because you could be hanging around your silly ass girlfriends, and they could be like, oh yeah, you should leave your that's in the world. Be like, oh yeah, or your family members, your female family members that's in the world, they might be telling her, the sister, the truth. Hey man, you should leave your husband. He ain't doing shit for you. You should get with Tom, Dick, and Harry. You know what I'm saying? Getting you consider things, man. Maybe leave. You know what I'm saying? Might like trying to make you think like, hey, maybe leaving my husband isn't such a bad thing.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe getting a new man isn't such a bad thing.
Right.
You know?
Maybe not jumping off the roof ain't gonna kill you.
You know?
Think about it, stupid.
Yeah.
Like make it make sense.
Because we know she's void of wisdom. So if she's not rooted and if the Lord not, you know what I'm saying, not really dealing with her,
right.
those women that's in the world could dissuade that sister to start drawing her away from the truth. And then she start doing things that she ain't supposed to be damn doing, like leaving her husband, getting a new man, which is committing adultery, right? She might be considering, hey, pork ain't bad, crab ain't bad.
Crab and shrimp ain't bad.
See what I'm saying?
Good, love them shit.
Like, oh yeah, on birthday party, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with celebrating your birthday, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with celebrating holidays. You bugging. You know what I'm saying?
Any man that ever fell from any kind of glory, a woman was involved in that. imitate them.
Adam and Eve.
Yeah,
Yup.
from the beginning.
Samson and the light.
Live your life, man. It doesn't
You
matter
know?
where you are and what position you play. You're gonna allow a woman to get into your guts, yeah, and take you out of your position, yeah.
Right. And,
You know, and that's the inner part of you. That's what I meant by that. That's
Right.
the inner you.
spirit.
It's your spirit, man.
Gone. And I wanted to say this, you know, I'm not saying that to celebrate holidays. I'm being sarcastic, okay? Y'all know not to celebrate holidays, and I know not to celebrate your birthday, man. You just say do not esteem one day over the other. Right? I'm gonna get that precept real quick. Don't esteem one day or the other. Don't be celebrating. You know,
That's the birthday.
right. And also, we also know from Amos, the 5th chapter, that the Lord hates them assemblies, man, and them
Yeah.
solemn feast days.
Yeah.
He said, "I hate your assemblies and solemn feast days, man."
Right.
That's talking about these damn wicked ass holidays, man. Because those are y'all ninjas in the world take that shit seriously. Y'all gonna take New Year's seriously. New Year's is Friday. Y'all niggas gonna go hard. Like y'all always do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be cooking up the food, eating. Y'all went hard last week for Christmas.
Right.
So y'all gonna go hard on New Year's.
Spend up all your money again.
Yeah, if you ain't spending up on Christmas, you gonna definitely spend it on New Year. Party, being surfing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Drunkenness, gonna be drunk, lay out on the train, lay out on the street and shit.
You know, the niggas come outside and start shooting.
Come on, man. Lord said, take heed to yourselves,
Shooting
man.
everything, and you be like,
Hey,
what the hell?
But yo, on New Year's Day, that's the day where they surfing it in drunkenness, man.
That's the day of confusion.
Yeah.
That's a high holy day for them fucking demons, man. For them left-handers, man.
Right. And the people in the world, y'all take that seriously. So,
Hell yeah.
you know, y'all, the Lord say he hates y'all solemn feast days. Lord hate all these fucking holidays.
Damn skippy, man.
Thanksgiving, New Year's, because he know the Lord understands that all go back to some pagan idol worship.
And truth is gonna take you away from your power, man.
Right, it's all idolatry.
Yeah.
All that, because
No
Easter,
different than having that
Valentine's Day,
statue in the corner.
Martin Luther King Day, Veterans Day, President Day.
All that stupid shit.
You know what I'm saying? You honoring other people and other gods, man.
Independence Day.
You know, 4th of July,
That's the shit.
Oh,
you can't,
Independence Day, right.
You can't tell motherfuckers.
St. Patrick's
They
Day.
come out, they got the whole American flag on. They got the uptails, the hat, shirt, especially them dudes that like that polo shit. They be all 4th of July up. And they be in their glory, man. You celebrating what? What independence are you celebrating, man?
Right. Really.
Independence from what?
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, get the
Or
fuck outta
Juneteenth.
here. That's a made up
420.
shit, man. I'm telling you.
That bullshit 420.
Yeah, all of this shit is made up.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? All
Right.
this shit is made up.
And none of it is holy because holiday means a holy day.
Yep.
Separate, sacred.
Yep.
And what makes it sacred is what Yahweh Shema Shah said. His
Separated
word is
from the
sacred.
world, right.
His word is Lord, and what he says is makes it sacred. It makes it so. You see, that's what makes it holy, because the Lord said so. Because the Lord said it's holy. Right? The Passover, the feast of dedication that just passed. You know, the feast of
Tabernacle.
the feast of tabernacles. I think it's the feast of Purim. Right? The day of atonement.
Yep.
You know. These days, these are real holidays.
Right, real.
Those are real holy days. You know what I'm saying? The Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Those are real holy days, man.
Passover.
You know?
Yep.
Those are real holy days, not the shit that these people celebrate in the world. That's bullshit,
Right.
right?
They can't. First off, they can't break it down to it make any sense. It has nothing to do with our power.
Or Black
It's not
History
even
Month,
connected.
that
Right.
dumb shit.
None of it is connected to power, man.
Right. Women History Month.
Like
Korean American History Month.
that?
You know what I'm
Y'all
saying?
got a white
Bullshit.
history month?
Right. It's all bullshit, man.
You got a Chinese history month? What the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Every fucking thing, man. These people love fucking
Mexican
putting shit in
Independence
our
Day.
way, man.
Colombian Independence Day, you know what I'm saying? Puerto Rican Day, all this
All this
bullshit.
stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
Stop, man. It's
Haitian
like, fuck
Independence Day, It's just more folly, man. Lord said he hate all them damn holidays because they don't honor him.
Yeah.
They honoring things that are below.
Yep.
They honoring idols and people of this world. It's like they're not honoring Yahweh Shemel Shah. All the high holy days that's written in the scriptures honors Yahweh Shemel Shah. That's all that matters because he's the one to be honored, right? What else said? One esteem.
You finished?
Yeah. Damn, I thought. All right, we got 50 cents. Come. Yeah. Here it is. Right. Okay. Romans chapter 14, verse 5. It says, "One man esteemeth one day above another esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind." So you gotta be fully persuaded, man. Because you gotta. Let's look at that word persuaded. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's look at that word persuaded because you know the scripture says you gotta be fully persuaded in your own mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's look at that word persuaded in the blue letter. Persuaded. Right? Romans 14, 5. Persuaded. Alright. Look at that word.
Strong's G 4135. Play Rafael.
La Faria.
Strong's G 4135. Play Rafael. Play Rafael.
Play.
Play
La Fa.
La Foreo.
Yeah.
Strong's G 4135. Play Rafael. Play Rafael.
Play the
La.
rock. Play rock.
Play La.
Play rock.
Play La.
Yeah, play rock or rail.
Play La Faria. Like play La.
Play rock.
Rock.
It says rock.
Yeah, but
Yeah, play rock
yeah.
or ale. Play rock or ale. Yeah. Play rock or ale. Right? In the Greek it's G4135. Play rock or ale, which means what? This is Greek, by the way. It's not Spanish. It sounds Spanish, but it's Greek. Right? It says to bear or bring fully, to make full, to cause a thing to be shown to the full, right?
Right.
To
That's doing the whole marathon. To bear, right? To endure all the things that's coming and getting it done. To be full, right? So to be full is to finish it. To get it done completely. Taking up your cross, man. And bearing that. It's heavy, but fuck it. It's a journey. You know what I'm saying? It's not a sprint.
Right.
And you gotta do it, gradually. Or
Say it. You see how it's pulling that
Yeah.
shit? Say it, bro.
Who gives a fuck that nigga? Nah. But I think they put that's like a garbage can.
Yeah,
so you
but
could
see,
get 'em-
they chose this day, a camp day to do it. That's
No,
how
that
it's set up.
shit might explode. That's why they got the fucking that's steam.
Yeah.
That's like them the manholes. You know when the manholes be blowing up in the city?
Oh, yeah.
You know, but that is connected. It's connected to sewage, but it's not the actual sewer. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. It's still
Yeah, it's still fucked up. And that smoke and that steam is just as disgusting.
That shit fucking sick. That's how I said it's all staying. Because he knew that's our spot.
Yep.
And he like, no, I
That's
got
the day. The effort. We ain't gonna stay out here too much longer because it's starting to pick up. But
yeah. Let me read this. Continuing on. It says, to fulfill the ministry in every part, to carry through to the end, accomplish things that have been accomplished, to fill one with any thought, conviction, or inclination, right? And that's what we got to do with this ministry, man. We gotta continue it to its accomplishment. We gotta fulfill the ministry, man.
that's right.
In every part, man. We gotta do our part, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta carry through to the end. We gotta accomplish the work that the Lord set us to do. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to bring that up because that's a beautiful point with this ministry. You got to endure to the very end. Matthew 24:13. We gotta keep going until we accomplish that what we set out to accomplish. And what we want to do, we want to get on the chariot. You know, we want salvation. So we gotta keep going until we receive salvation, man. We trying to save our souls, bro. That's why the scripture said, "Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind." Do you take this seriously? Right? Are you in this to be saved? Do you believe you're gonna get on the chariot?
Because it seems to be a lifestyle for you.
Right. Do you believe that the Lord gonna come back in chariots and deliver the elect? Right. Do you believe that you are part of the elect? Do you believe that do you believe in making your call and election sure? These are the things that you gotta ask yourself. That's the examination. Because if you are fully persuaded, you're gonna believe in these things and you're gonna take this seriously, man. Because you know you got an opportunity to save it. Do you even believe that America will be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles?
Hell no. If they did, they wouldn't be partying as much.
Yeah, they wouldn't be fucking playing
They'll be
around.
prepping. But you got what you call those extremists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And,
Doomsday preppers.
right. And they'll fuck around and go to the store and buy everything in it, thinking that that's going to
That ain't gonna save them.
man. That nuclear, it's collapsing everything, man. It's coming in your house, man.
Right. It said the works of all
Right.
things shall be burnt
Right.
up.
It's going to burn your ass up in that crib.
So all them underground bunkers ain't gonna be nothing but manholes, man. They're gonna be just
It's just going to be microwave oven.
right. Y'all gonna just die in there, man.
That shit going to cook
They ain't gonna save y'all, man.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? But we understand with the elites is different. They gonna be deep underground, and they got special type of
Metals and shit.
right
They got
bunk.
titanium.
They gonna be underground.
Yeah.
They got underground
They got
cities.
weatherproof
Yeah.
metals.
But see, their type of sheltering or covering is the Lord set it up to where they survive the missiles.
Exactly.
Only ones that gonna survive are the elites.
Yep.
If you're not a part of the elites, you ain't.
13 banking family.
Yeah, everything in America gonna be destroyed, right? But them elites gonna survive them ICBM missiles, and we want to say something else, right? Not every place is gonna be touched by the missiles, because there's gonna be some places that never even seen the missiles, right? But the scripture do say that America gonna be rendered to ashes, right? America gonna get burnt up, burned down to the ground. You know what I'm saying? But them elites gonna survive though. Because they got things in place to where they're gonna make it. That's because the Lord wanted to. Because he's gonna send the hunters out to get their answers. See? But they gotta make it through the thermonuclear destruction. So they not getting away. This is that they're not gonna get hit with a missile.
You get Hebrews 12 and 25.
You know? Con. Let me bring this out. This last part. It says, to make one certain, to convince one, to be persuaded, fully convinced or assured, to render inclined or bent on. See? Right? Are you with the truth? Are you fully convinced that this is the truth? Are you fully convinced that by doing it, that your works are not, that your labor and works are not in vain? Are you fully convinced that America is going to be destroyed? Are you fully convinced that salvation is coming, that Yahweh Shah coming? Are you fully convinced that the MOTB is right around the corner? Are you fully convinced? Because if you're not, then you're going to be playing around and bullshitting. Eventually the Lord going to cut you off. You don't want that, man.
More than likely, you already cut off. He's just waiting to give you your destruction on that day, man.
Yeah, your walking papers.
No, you got your walking papers, but you can't hear. You can't see. You got your walking papers, unless you one of those 12-hour, 11th-hour Israelites. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, for the most part, he got who he got, and he still ain't finished sifting, man. So you really not safe if you ain't part of the elect, man.
Right.
And that's just the truth about it, man. But diligently doing what you got to do, you know what I'm saying, to make your election sure and offend less, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? The Lord is going to deal with you, man. According to that what you need to be dealt with, man. Point blank, period, man. I got a precept real quick.
Carl, you want me to get that precept for you?
I had it.
All right.
You got it?
No, I didn't have it.
This is Hebrews 12 and 25. I think it's 25 or 24. 25 or 25. It says, this is King James Version, 12 and 25 Hebrews. It says, see that ye refuse not him that speaketh. For if they escape not who refuse him that spec on earth, much more shall not we escape if we turn away from him that speaketh from heaven. So you got to be careful about who you refuse and how you refuse. You understand what I'm saying? And who you paying attention to, and who you listening to. If you're not listening to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, then you ain't listening to nobody, man.
Right.
You're not listening to nobody, man. The Lord is in the volume of the book. So he's not an Old Testament person alone or New Testament version. Like, you can't go through any scriptures without finding them talking about the Lord, man.
Exactly.
Our salvation.
What? As it's written in Psalm 47,
Come on, man.
behold, I come in the volume of the book.
In the volume of the book, man.
See?
So pay attention, man.
It is spoken to me, I do thy will.
Yep.
Oh Lord, roughly paraphrasing.
Yep.
You know?
You want to add on to that? Or?
No, I had a precept though. It says,
You know?
that's heavy. It's Colossians chapter 3, verse 22. It says, servants, obey in all things your master. Who's our master? Right? Those are the elder apostles and the elder bishops and the elders, man. The ones that the men that the Lord put over us. Those are our masters, man. Now we know we got one true master, which is Yahweh Shah, but he put men over us. So by you, what the brother read out, by you turn away your ears, you not listen to the apostles, man. You not listening from the orders coming on up. You out of order. See what I'm saying? That's you turn away your ear from the Lord. Because you're not listening to what from on up, what the apostles are saying, because they get their orders from the Lord, as it is written, follow me as I follow Yahweh Shah. You see? So if the elder apostles and the elder bishops, the elders following Yahweh Shah, and Yahweh Shah set them up to be your leaders and to be over you, you should listen to them. It's that simple. It's not rocket science. It's not complicated. But I want to bring this out because it brings the point. The Colossians 3 and 22, it says, servants, obeying all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service, as man pleasers. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shalom, Shabbat, the third double honor to the elder apostles. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Double honors. You want to say double honor to the elder apostles, right? You want to say Yahweh Shalom Shah, but you're not honoring Yahweh Shalom Shah because you turn your ear and behind closed doors you saying you disrespecting the apostles. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really want to do it. You disrespecting the elders and the bishops, bro. Behind closed doors, you really challenging the order. You don't like the order. You see what I'm saying? And like the elder said, I listened to the Dallas camp. Like the elder said at the Dallas camp, like the Lord will have it to where, roughly paraphrasing what he said, the Lord will have it to where like he'll make things happen to where like they'll finally let out
Who they are,
right what they want to say. They like the Lord will reveal it.
What's heavy on your mind? Or
What's really on their spirit? Yeah, he'll let them reveal it.
20.
He'll make it to where it comes out. You know what I'm saying? He'll put things where it comes out. You know? And that's what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Look, you bring that up real quick. It says, this Isaiah 8:20, it says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in me. Now, to have light in you, that means you speaking wisdom, right? You speaking this truth. And we started this truth.
Right.
Now, if you out here bringing out falsities, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like you actually what you call that? You got some leaven in your loaf. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you messed up the whole loaf, man.
Right.
Because if you are 90, exactly.
The elders and apostles, but yet you
You
behind
bucking the
closed
system,
doors,
right, you talking
you
shit about it.
disagreeing against the order.
Exactly.
That don't make sense.
No, openly.
This is why the elders said don't
Openly.
even give double honors.
Exactly.
That's why they didn't want men to give double honors, because they
and
know
they
a lot of
said
people
that.
be bullshitting.
They said that some years back.
Yeah.
A couple years back they said that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's like Ramallah just said it. Elder Apostle Ramallah just said this on the other day. It's like a mantra for y'all. You know how you say some shit like "Gold G.I. Joe" or some shit.
Right.
You just shouting out something, but it has no force or meaning behind it. You're not even honoring that what you saying.
Right.
You a liar to yourself, and you doing it because it sounds good.
Right.
You're not doing it because you mean it,
Right.
and that's the fucked up part about it.
Right.
And I can think, I can totally understand why they say not to do it.
Right. And
You know
also,
what I'm saying? You got
also too, they said, you know, they don't fuck with the affiliate camp. You
Yeah.
know, but what did the,
Listen,
what did
I
the
don't
elders-
blame them. I don't blame them. But that's not gonna stop us from following their directives, man.
Right, the apostle doctrine.
Come on.
But listen, like the elder Amawanga Ball said in his live, he said, if you sincere, you know, just continue to do the work.
That's
it.
100%.
You know, continue to do the work.
Yup.
You know, or get with your nearest GMS camp. That's
Yep.
it. In your city.
Yep. That's what brought us out. You know what I mean?
Right, we learned
We
that.
actually
learned
went up
everything
there and
from them.
spoke to them. And
Yeah.
they was like, man, yeah, do that. Start your camp. You know what I mean?
Right, we got the blessing
We
from,
got the blessing.
from the apostle.
Exactly.
Elder apostle.
So shit.
Word.
It's not like we all good, like we
Oh.
all they part of the elect. No, we're
You
not
know,
part.
why the apostles and the elders was cutting ties with the affiliate camps because they're
not
man
worthy.
pleasing.
They're not worthy.
Right, they not singleness at heart. They really not affiliated with GMS. They not a part of. You see what I'm saying? And they don't want to listen to the directive that the elders are giving them.
Because it's problematic, man. Like I've
You
been
see?
saying, I've been saying this for the last year, man. Our people hate correction, man.
They hate order.
They hate order.
That's hating that order.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
And they hate to do what they're being told to do. Authority, man.
I can't put my feet up like I like to.
Oh man, I can't. You know, I like doing something because you heard another person do it, then you're a fucking follower, man. You ain't doing it good. You're not even doing the study. You don't know for sure what it did. The notes stand. You ain't even go through it yourself. You ain't go through the blue letter to find out what the meaning of these words were. You just reading shit and going off of it. And the
Right.
Lord ain't dealing with that, man.
That's why in 1 Peter 1:10 it says, with diligence make thy calling and election sure. The water up. On the election sure, you're gonna study, you're gonna read, right?
Right.
And also that's a part of being in the truth, bro.
Absolutely.
That's a part of the work. Gonna show.
That's
If
what
you're not
it
doing
counts.
the work off camera, it's gonna
Right.
show on camera.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Right. Right. And that's absolutely the truth. It's not.
That's a good plan.
Yeah,
Yeah, Kanye
do it there.
That's a good plan. Yeah, Kanye
Do it there. Fuck up. I'm glad we was able to get up.
Word.
Like I said, come out the house, go straight to work. That shit is ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
Breathing in and all that.
Right.
You know, the air, everybody, how you doing, bro? You know, the air ain't that fresh, but shit. It's better than that congested air inside. Word. I got on. Better than that congested air inside. Word. I got on.
Come.
Got a preset.
It says fearing power. So when you go back to Colossians 3:22, these dudes didn't fear the Lord. That's why they doing that. Like you said, the mantra, they just saying it like a mantra,
Yep.
but they don't really want to honor the elders and apostles.
Nah.
And you honor the Lord because
Yep.
you not years, bro.
Yo, they brought the Apostle Tahar got 40 years in this truth. If I'm not speaking out of term, I think they said 40.
Yeah, 40
I
years.
think
I
it's
think
40,
he said
right?
40 years. 40 years.
He got 40 years, man. El
That's a-
Apostle Gabar, he got 39 or some shit like that.
Yeah, 30 plus.
Yeah, him and Ramla and Bakar. They all have 30-something years in this truth. How you not gonna respect these men?
Exactly.
That's crazy. And the ones who brought them in fell out. Come on, man. That's bugging. That shit it gets me sick. It gets me sick, man. Because that show that you don't give two shits about Yahweh and Yahweh. You don't care nothing about the Lord, man. Because anytime, everything that
Wait, that's how it was in Moses when the men and two men came against Moses.
right,
And said, "Oh, I want to be the priest too. Who you to talk against us? You're not coming against the men of the Lord, or you
not coming against me,
you
you
coming against the
coming against the
Lord
Lord.
because He set up the order, thinking that if they would challenge Moses, they think that Moses set up the order.
Right.
They like, man, the Lord, the one that set this up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's why the Lord put a hole, open up a hole and swallow them
Swallow
wicked
their
niggas
ass
up.
up.
Because they came against the order of Yahweh Shema Shah. And the apostle, you challenge Yahweh Shema Shah.
order.
You challenging that order, you not challenging the apostles, right? You challenging Yahweh.
Yep.
And like Elder Apostle Gabar said in his lesson, Lakia, bear with me while we get this precept. It's Numbers, right? 32. Good. This is Numbers chapter
Crazy.
16.
They always got something to say about
God, this is Numbers chapter 16 and verse 10. And he had brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also, right? Because they were talking, because Korah, see, get context. Numbers 16 and 1, it says, now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Ibaram, the son of Elad, and On, the son of Peleth, the sons of Reuben, took men, right? You had Levites and Reubenites. They took men with them. You see what I'm saying? Before Moses, with children of
NLT. It's a little clearer.
I want the KJV. I want the KJV.
KJV is beautiful.
Yeah.
But sometimes when,
Right,
in that Old Testament they speak
right,
in that Old English.
right.
So it's kind of hard
kind of hard.
to read with a consistent flow. You know what I mean?
Right,
That's all I was saying for the smoothness. So
right.
if anybody's watching, they can Take a pick right up there. Okay. But yeah.
No, but they brought Israelites with them, right? Korah, right? Dathan, Abraham,
The son from Reuben, son from Caleb.
and they wrote 250 princes of the assembly,
Right.
famous in the congregation, men of renown. So these are like celebrities in the, amongst the camp, famous men.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. You need that type of you need that type of cast to come up against the men of the Lord. Because who's going to listen to a peasant in a sense coming up against the men of the Lord? You're going to get washed up real quick. In the conversation, he go off about his way. But those who they follow, those who they seek, you know, to walk in like manner of, is going to be those dudes of some worldly stature.
Right.
You know
But
what I
also
mean?
too, the Lord is showing us something. See, the Korah and Dathan and Abraham, they went with the celebrities, thinking that the Lord was dealing with them because of their status. I see, and they see the fringes, and they see them assembling in the street and them shouting
numbers,
and the
yeah.
chants, and they looking at the number. They're like, oh shit, oh those wolves got to be dealing with them. They got a church building and they able to do this, that in the world, and then third, that Lord dealing with him.
They got money.
Right, you do the case.
Yeah, you got ahead with your riches, man. What y'all shot told the rich man? Give up all of this, man. Follow me. As bad as he wanted to follow the Lord, he wanted his money more.
Right, he couldn't do it.
He couldn't do
didn't
it.
have faith.
He didn't have faith. So
He didn't give up his possession.
So guess what? That's the prime example of serving two masters. It can't be done, man. And you was with the Lord. The Lord spoke to you and told you, listen, man, get us up and you can come with me. Come on, man. You don't get no better than that.
Right, he ain't want to give up the now for the kingdom. He didn't want to
Exactly.
give it up for the kingdom.
He was like, F that.
He
I'm
like,
rich, I'm rich right now.
He wants consolation now.
Yeah, he wanted what's that commercial? I want my money now. That's what everybody's screaming. I want it now. The bag, this, to that, to this. You call it what you want to call it. Everybody's screaming that right now. They can't wait. Why? Because you're going to look,
Yep.
Your fam see, they fucking having regular conversation. Like, come on, man.
Like nothing happened.
Like nothing happened. They not even sorrowful. You know, I mean, you know, death is supposed to be a celebration because you ain't suffering no more in this place. But at the same time, these people don't know.
Right.
And
It's
neither do they
grievous
give a
too.
fuck, huh?
It's grievous. It's not supposed to be like.
Nah, it's not like you running around doing all kind of shit, manner of things, but you know,
Yeah,
you
death is
lost a
bitter.
brother, man.
Yeah, death is bitter.
You
But
lose a brother.
we ain't supposed to dwell on that forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna be
You go
sad.
you go through your
Yeah.
moment in time of whatever you're going through your moment in time about.
Right. But you are right though.
Huh?
You can't. Yeah, we keeping the Bible, brother. Right?
Yes, you can. Yep.
But also, yeah, that's why you're right. That's why you have the repast, you got that little after party, you know what I mean? Get together with your
Yeah,
family,
right.
you got eat,
That's
right?
the celebration.
Right.
The celebratory part of his life.
Right.
What you learned from him, how you were able to appreciate him in time.
How you impacted your
Right,
life, you know what I'm saying?
Those
Or she
things. That's the
impacted
type
your
of
life.
stuff you
Yeah.
keep going in that time.
Right.
But like, you know, to allow it to become you is something that person within himself wouldn't want that to
Right.
be.
Meaning
Like,
you-
nah, man, don't do that.
Yeah,
I
you-
think get your tears off. I ain't gonna say how you feel about me or whatever, but at the end, let some of what I've impacted you with lead you into the right path, man.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
it.
don't dwell on it for
Right.
the rest of your life.
Yeah,
That,
don't
be so.
stagnant. Don't
Yeah.
let it be a block.
Because some people, when they lose a loved one or they lose someone close to them,
Yeah,
they
they
let it drag on,
Yeah,
man.
they
They let that drag on for the rest of their life. You gotta move on. They just say cast away the heaviness, man.
Right.
You know, it even tell you in the Apocrypha, I think Sirach 40 chapter, to mourn for a couple days. Meaning what? You gotta mourn and move on. You can't dwell on it for the rest of your life.
Right.
Even if it's your mom, even if it's your dad, even if it's just like your siblings, you know what I'm saying? You can't dwell on it for the rest of your life.
Nah.
Yeah, it hurts. It's gonna be bitter. It's gonna be tough. But you gotta move. Eventually, you gotta move on. You know what I'm saying? That's why the kids say it's time and a place for everything under heaven, man. You gotta move on, bro. It's gonna be a time to mourn and a time of rejoicing. You know.
Yeah.
And then you go and rejoice, but you can't hold on to that loss forever, man. You just gotta move on and understand, especially if you're in the truth, understand they in a better place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They with the Lord, so ain't nothing to worry about.
In the spirit world, I mean, shit.
It's 10 times better than 100 times better than this.
Million.
Ooh,
No number could compare. Put it that
Way
You
better
can't
than
even
this.
Put a number together.
this is hell.
Yeah,
This is hell.
definitely
Word. Numbers 16:3, it says, and they gathered themselves. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah. Because see, you can extrapolate from the scriptures that they had an issue with Moses, they had issue with Aaron.
They had an issue with authority.
Right. And they're like,
Yeah,
oh,
but
we
no,
can take up, you know what I'm saying?
That's the point. They wanted to be the figures in authority.
Cause they was like, who are you to be above us? Who are you to?
But if you
why
go
you-
back,
why you that?
if you go
You know what I'm
back, I
saying?
believe that's 16, right?
We holy, you know what I'm saying? Why? Basically, they was like you said, they was coming against the order. Why should we listen to you? Basically, pretty much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they're like, we
You
all
go back
holy.
to 14, it'll tell you. Not 14 verse, but 14 chapter. Yeah, 14, go to 14 and 1. That'll bring proof to your point.
And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night.
Okay.
And
It's
all
14
the
through 1 and 4. 1 through
15,
4. 14, chapter 14. You in 15 or 14?
14,
Verse 14 or chapter?
chapter 14.
Okay, yeah, so you read one, so go, yeah, keep
Verse 2, it says, and the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, and the whole congregation said unto them, would power that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would power we had died in this wilderness? Right, so they was complaining. Here it is, the Lord delivered them, but here it is, they still ungrateful. And that's what the Lord didn't like about the generation of old in the wilderness, the first generation that was in the wilderness. Right? The ones that originally came out of Egypt, not they grandchildren and children, but the ones that originally came out of Egypt. The Lord didn't like the fact that they was ungrateful. No matter what the Lord did, these niggas ain't believe. These niggas ain't trusted the Lord. And the Lord didn't like that. You know? That's why he let them wander in the wilderness for 40 years.
It's like, what the hell? I gave you all of this, man.
I took the Red Sea. I fed you with angels bread.
Listen,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Your clothes not
he had to
tatted. You
repent. The
eating.
Lord had to repent because he was ready to finish y'all off.
Right. And it's not the repentance
Start
that we
over.
do.
Right.
Like he repented like holding back his wrath, holding back from wiping you out. You know what I'm saying?
From dismissing you.
And that was because Moses interceded, like, hey Lord, if you do this, then they're gonna make up. We're gonna be a laughing stock among the nations. They're gonna laugh and say, see, the Lord just brought them out of Egypt just to destroy them. See?
That's not their God. He's our God. You know.
No, it would have been more. If he was laughing, they would have been. Yeah, it would have brought shame to the Lord's name. That's why he spared them, for the Lord's name's sake. You know what I'm saying? For his name's sake.
Well, that's what, yeah.
But he said the ones that you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta fight it out. So the ones that wicked ones was out of there. You know what I mean?
Get him out of here.
Yo. verse 3, it says, and wherefore have the Lord Yahweh Shemashah brought us unto this land to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be a prey? Were it not better for us to return into Egypt? Then that's these niggas' sentiment now. That's these niggas' sentiment now. They like, man, we miss Egypt. We don't want to leave Egypt. We don't want to leave America. We like America.
Barack Obama one more
We like America, man. Yo, but look, man, I'm tired of this, bro. And also you got news that leak. You got Israelites that leaking the oil thinking like that, like, man, it's better than Egypt. I'm better. You know what I'm saying? Why I'm doing this? The Lord just, you know what I mean? I might as well just, get a house and and try to make a life hit.
Those things
And
allow
the oil start to leaking.
those things allow Jake to think that he in good standing.
Right.
You know, he got a part of status. He got his peace. He made his peace on earth.
Right, and that's why the scripture say, woe unto you that are faint-hearted, because you got, and we know this apply to 2/3, but you got Israelites that become faint-hearted, they oil start leaking, and they start thinking, damn, man, they really, right, is it worth it? And they really start believing that they was better in the world than in the truth. That's crazy. But you got those that's faint-hearted like that. They start believing that, like they better in the world compared to being in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like they would do better in the world than in the truth, and then they leave. You know what I'm saying? But that's
you gotta do better in the first place.
right. That's only to the other structure. If you left us, like the scripture say, if they don't, if they left us, they were never really with us, man. They were never really with us, and that's what the Lord is showing. The Lord is just showing us this upcoming year. Those that's not with us, those that's not really about this truth, those that's not sincere. He gonna show them. Everything gonna get exposed. 2020, this upcoming year, 2026, everything's getting exposed, man. Everything. Verse 4 says, and they said one to another, let us make a captain and let us return into Egypt. They're like, let's appoint us a leader, and we going back to Egypt.
That's what they do. Let me tell you something. Israel is the only nation that will allow somebody to put their foot on their neck and will like it. When that dude Cal Slob, whatever the fuck his name is, Cal Slob, said what he said, they're gonna have nothing and be happy. He's referring to those who were in slavery, man.
Right.
He's not talking about these white people. He know they're gonna rebel.
What? They should be happy?
Yeah, he said they not gonna have nothing. They're talking about in this new world order.
Right. That's everybody.
Yeah.
That's gonna be everybody.
No. But they're gonna be some of the cracker generation that find it, hard to accept.
Right, they gonna get snuffed out.
Right. Those are the ones gonna be, and you may have
they
a handful of blacks that because what he's offering is a digitized way of government
CBDCs.
Government, what you call that shit? Food stamps and shit.
Right.
Government assistance.
Right.
It's gonna be no different than that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You're getting $1,000 a month. How many people living off $1,000 a month right now? Social Security and all that type of bullshit.
They might do like they did with the Biden administration. They was giving the immigrants like what, $2,000, $3,000, in cash assistance,
cool,
and then
but at the end of the
$10K
day,
in food
listen,
stamps.
You do that, but as soon as you go outside and start ordering shit they don't want you to have, now you're losing points, and they taking your money. They saying what they spending it on. There's certain things that's required with this situation that's gonna make it complicated for those who not willing to accept it. But those who accept it, they're gonna be like, man, listen, this the best welfare food stamp type of situation. It's better than the shit we had before.
Right, because they're gonna just down with the system. They just a part they just want to be down with the system. They're part of the beast. Ultimately, Carl said that because he understood that the MOTD, the mark of the beast, is going to be mandatory. And you're not going to be able to live in society without it.
Right.
So he knows that applies to everybody. Now, like the brother's saying, there's going to be some that's going to buck up again and get to that first, but Esau going to break them. That's what the concentration camp for, to break you.
Yep.
To break your spirit.
Yep.
I forgot the movie. It was a World War II. It was a movie about it was about World War II soldiers. You know, Mike? Right? The mission went south. They wound up being shredded. I think it's called 42, something like that.
Oh yeah.
They wound up being shredded on 1942. They wound up being shredded on the sea for a couple of days. Then what? The plane found them, but come to find out it was a Japanese plane.
Yeah.
So then they was taking in that prisoners of war. Then there was other prisoners of war. You know what I'm saying? And it was tortured. You know, it was tortured. Right? They was beaten and tortured. You know, and basically with the main character, the protagonist, they was going harder with him than anybody else. They tried to break his spirit. You know, and that was a concentration camp.
Yeah.
You know, in World War II, that was a Japanese concentration camp. So how much more, right?
Everything goes in full circle, man. These
Right.
dudes, they're not that creative. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Nothing new under the sun.
Right.
That's why they
repeat the same process.
Right. So that's the same
It
thing.
worked then, why won't it work again?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That type of ideology.
Come on, Ecclesiastes 1:9. There's nothing new under the sun. Has it been? Can we say, this is new?
Nah.
You know. But we paraphrasing because just like they had concentrated camps back then to break down the prisoners' spirits, to break their spirits, it's the same now. That's what Guantanamo Bay is about, to break those Israelite spirits, man. Yeah, the concentration camps that are now being set up, it's gonna be set up in the time of the MOTB, the mark of the beast. It's gonna be there to break brothers' spirits, man. To break their spirit, man. To get them to comply. And if you're not to be elect, you're gonna comply. So you know, that might buck up against it. Eventually, they're gonna comply. They're gonna be broken. Their spirit gonna be broken, bro. They're gonna be just like, you know what? I obey. Another good scene was The Walking Dead. That season where remember Negan? You had what's his name? I think it's called Rick, and then it was Rick versus Negan. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all seen The Walking Dead? It's old.
Oh nah, I can't.
Yeah, it was a season it was a new villain called Negan, and Negan violated. He had him on a trailer park, and he had him all lined up. Been doing his knees and shit, and he was playing mighty low, and he had the bat ready to bash somebody's head in, and he said, "It fell on him." Yeah, I can. Boom, boom, boom. Bash his head in. Right in front of him. And then bash the other one head in. Right? Right. And made him, and broke him and made him comply, man. You know what I'm saying? Broke his will, broke his spirit, man. And that's what they're going to try to do. And I bring that out to say because what? He wanted him to serve under him. But he couldn't have him thinking he could do his own. Right. So he broke him. Spiritually, mentally, to where he would comply and do what he says. Give up his resources, supply, work under him, you know? Be a servant. See what I'm saying? He broke him mentally to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing in the concentration camp. They're going to be trying to break brothers' spirits mentally. Brothers' spirits, break them mentally down. The prisoners in there, break them down to where they'll take the chip. And if you're not the elect, you're going to take that chip.
Right.
Because you're going to be like, you just going to fold. The flesh is weak. You're going to fold, man. Come on. Well, yeah, that's Israel's sentiment today. You got dudes that are leader that will come against the apostles and be like, you know what? We gonna, you know what I'm saying? You want to go back to Egypt? You basically doing your own fucking thing. You don't want to follow the Lord. You want to do your own thing. Cause they themselves made that plan up together.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Y'all want to do your own thing. So you got dudes that don't want to get in order and follow the apostles and the men who is set up, and they want to do their own fucking thing. Just like that's a beautiful point that you brought out. And Numbers the 4th, follow the order, don't want to follow the elders, and want to do their own damn thing, man. Right? Going back to Numbers 16 and 4, it says, and when Moses heard it, right, that they was rebelling. I'll read verse 3 again. It says, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah. And and when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face. See? Verse 5, and he spake unto Korah and unto all his company, saying, even tomorrow the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah will shew who are his and who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him, even him whom he had chosen when he caused to come near unto him. See? And Moses was speaking of himself because he was chosen. So the Lord, he knew in his spirit that the Lord was gonna shoot him. Right. He was gonna be on his side. He was gonna defend him. You see?
That's showing what
You
Israel
see?
was supposed to be. A separate and holy people.
You see? That he wasn't gonna choose Korah, but he gonna deal with Moses. Because the dudes that come against the apostles and the elders don't understand, the Lord set them up. And you coming against the apostles if you should be the elder. Or I should be the elder. I should be the top dog. It should be me. It should be me. No. Because at the end of the day, just like it was with Moses, the Lord gonna side with the elder apostles and the elder bishops and elders. And the Lord gonna condemn you. He chose those men.
Listen, it's too crazy, man, for y'all to be acting crazy, man. What you're supposed to be doing is falling in line, man.
Mm-hmm.
And making your election sure, man.
Right, and
Fearing the Lord.
right, walk with fear and trembling.
Right, and it's to fear the Lord.
Walk with
It's
fear and
it's
trembling.
to follow the message of the prophets, man. Set before you, bro. If he set certain people in front of you, and you listen to all of the surrounding groups, and you found it, what? You found their truth to be true. Why try to buck it, man? You can silently break out, man. You ain't gotta talk shit.
Right.
Just quiet your ass up and go on about your business.
Good.
You gotta talk shit unless you're trying to create a name for yourself. You took the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
if you sign up, are you planning on opening up a church and shit? Like, what the hell? You know, when you on that side of the street, they say that their slogan is all publicity is good publicity. Because now people get to know who you are. And now you get some weird ass people to follow you. That's crazy.
Verse
And they all gonna fall in the ditch.
God. Censors.
Oh,
Yeah, yes. Censors. Korah and all his company. Yeah, and put fire therein and put verse 7, verse 6 again, it says, this do take these censors, Korah and all his company, and put fire therein and put incense in them, where the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah tomorrow, and it shall be that the man whom the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah doeth choose, he shall be holy. Ye take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi. And Moses, verse 8, and Moses said unto Korah, here I pray you, ye sons of Levi, right? Verse 9, seeing it but a small thing unto you, that the power of Israel has separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near to himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them. So he's like, y'all bugging. Basically, he's like, yo, you want to be in Moses' seat, literally.
Right.
You want to be in, and you got dudes that's like that. They jealous of the apostles. They want to be like the apostles. They want to be the elder bishops. They jealous of them, and they want that position. But not understanding, like, bro, the Lord called you the minister. That's not a light thing. Is that I'm saying, to do the service to the temple? And to minister, man.
But then do it. Start your own shit. Start your own situation. Stay away from it. You know? You're not doing anything slick, man. You haven't done already. That's the part. When you read these scriptures. This is why I said the Bible is it's a warning label. Like like on products in the house. And that warning label tell you what's to come if you improperly use it. And that's like this Bible. If you use the Bible improperly or out of context, it could destroy you.
Wrestling with the scriptures onto their own destruction. See what I'm saying? Which is hard to understand. Paul, but also the rest of the scriptures onto their own destruction. Wrestling with it, meaning you having difficulty digestion, meaning what? You gonna lean on your own understanding, not knowing what the scriptures say, and then you're gonna get destroyed.
You're gonna make up something that sound good and confuse the shit out of somebody.
Right. Oh, think that's what the scriptures say. Oh, it's saying this.
And you're gonna confuse you too. You're gonna confuse yourself. That's mainly what's going on. That's the whole point.
And all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and to seek ye the priesthood of him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also. We are gathered together against the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. And what is Aaron that ye murmur against him? See, so he's saying, Moses telling him, like, yo, y'all coming against the Lord. Why y'all murmuring against? Why y'all talking shit against Moses? Aaron, that coming against the Lord, right? Verse 12. And Moses said to call Dathan and Abiram, the son of Eliab, which said, we will not come up. Right, Levites, okay? And the Israelites, specifically Levites, right? And I'm going to scroll down. To verse 28. And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. I already started. But, and Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai has sent me to do all these works. For I have not done them on my own mind. Because we read up. They were doing that on their own accord. They was coming against it.
That's good because you want to bring the point. You want to get to the point. Instead, you know what I mean? Because we said the point a couple times. Right. And that was the rebellion of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Right. Which is what's going on right now. The whole point is there's excuses being made. And through these excuses, you cause yourself to be spiritually blocked.
Right, but you're doing it of your own mind.
That's the point.
You're not.
You're thinking you leave on your own understanding.
Right.
You're trying to buck the system. It's a standard to be a part.
You're not getting in order.
And you're not understanding it. It's not that you're not getting in order. You're not understanding it. Because
we live. It was still going.
But now the point, you know what I mean?
Sent me to do.
And like, yo, the Lord can do what they do purposely. He put you in a place for a reason. If you're not in that position, the Lord didn't put you there.
That's it.
That don't mean he's not dealing with you.
Right.
That means he put this man there because that man can handle all that he's given to him.
Right. Every man's fire is different.
Exactly.
Every man's level is not on the same level of faith.
But that's the difference between you Christian Israelites, because that's how y'all act, man. Shit. Y'all in this truth and y'all trying to up the ladder. How you up in the ladder, man? Leave it alone, man.
Right. You want to be more than what, and that's why the scriptures say just do the work, man. Stop trying to be a celebrity in this thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's the whole point.
You want to be more than what you are, bro. That's the scripture said. The Lord, if he say he is what he's not, he only deceives himself.
That's exactly.
It's self-delusion. You trying to be more than what you are. You trying to be be more than what the Lord, the position that the Lord gave you. You want to be more.
Yep.
I'm not. You're not content with just being a brother in this truth, a humble brother in this truth. You want to be an elder. You want to be an apostle. Right. You want to be a bishop. You want to be a deacon.
This thing is
you know what I'm saying?
Humility, man.
Right.
If you're incapable of dealing with humility, then you know nothing about this truth, man.
Verse 29. if these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord Yahweh Shema shall have not sent me. So he's like, look, if Dadan and Abiram died a normal death, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then the Lord not dealing with me, right? Verse 30. But if the Lord Yahweh Shema shall make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up, and with all that appertaineth unto them, and they go down quickly into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord Yahweh Shema. But they right, so Moses saying, look, but if the Lord opens up a hole under them, open up the ground under them, and swallow not Abram, it's Abiram and Dadan together, and all the congregation that was with them, the men that came with them, right? Then you know that they provoked the Lord.
Yeah.
You know that they provoked the Lord. Let's see what happened. Let's see their fate real quick. Let's see their fate. Verse 31. And it came right under them. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up and their houses. So that was Dadan, Abiram, and all the men that was with
The
him.
whole what?
250.
14 and no, 16 and what?
Yeah, so right.
Yeah.
It was Dadan.
And who they rung in
Right,
the same, and all
Abraham and the 250 men of renown, the 250 select men of renown, they all got swallowed up.
Oh, wait, so that 250 is alongside
Right.
with the other men. So
Right,
it was more than 250.
Right.
Because it took some sons, you know what I mean?
Yep.
From Reuben, it took some sons from Levi.
Right.
So it was more than 250.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Now it was 250, but they
total?
were
Oh, I thought you
250.
said
It was
250 men of renown.
Right. Wait.
If it's saying that,
Right. It's gonna say it's 250, but but they were the total of 250, right? But they
with men of renown.
right with men of renown, but they themselves were like the spearheads, Dadan and Abiram.
Right.
They were like they weren't leading the pack.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They were leading the congregation against. They were the leaders in the rebellion, so to speak. So in a sense, by the Lord,
They was the ones talking all the shit.
right? So by the
Amping the people too.
right, they were the leaders in the rebellion. So by the Lord opened up the sinkhole under them and swallowed them up. He swallowed up the rebellion. Literally, like he swallowed up he swallowed up that rebellion. He put it to an end. Right. It says, verse 32, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertain unto Korah and all their goods. Verse 33, and they and all that appertain to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. So literally the Lord opened the ground up under them. They fell, right? And then what? He closed it right up. Closed it right up under them.
Ain't no escaping.
Closed it right up. And that lets you know what did Moses say? If that would have happened to them, they provoked the Lord.
Yep.
And that's what they did, but they didn't know that.
And
They didn't know that.
That brings to this precept I wanted to bring out.
Because they had demons on them. They wasn't in the spirit. And they was coming against Moses when they was really coming against Yahweh Shema, which provoked them. The Lord, and that's why they received that fate. And that's what's gonna happen to these. Yeah, so like
add to your point. Right? This is Proverbs 15 and 33. It says, the fear of the Lord is the instruction. Right?
yep, look.
It says, the fear of the Lord is the instruction. You got loud over the sun, right? While I'm tripping.
Yeah.
You sound loud, right? Huh?
No, it's all right. We just read louder.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta read up.
It's Proverbs 15 and 33. It says, the fear of the Lord is the instructions of wisdom. And before honor is humility. So to have the position of the main prophets for the Lord, you have to do what first? you have to fear the Lord, right? And to fear the Lord is the instructions of wisdom. So the fear comes from from the wisdom, right? Knowledge and understanding. You have this wisdom.
Right.
Why? Because it was bestowed upon you. What? By who? The Rikak Kodash, right?
Right.
So now you get this wisdom, and it allows you to humble yourself, right?
Right.
Because that's where the honor comes in.
Right.
When you're able to when you're able to you deal with, I was about to say humiliate, but I meant to say humility. That's what I was looking at. The word is humility, and it comes from the word humble. But humility is what allows you to be understood, because you ain't poking your chest out, you ain't talking proudly, you ain't talking about no damn money, you ain't talking about nothing that ain't biblical. You might have a joke here and there, but guess what? That joke pertains to the scriptures. Your humor is pertaining to the scripture. How foolish these people are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How wicked they become.
Right.
You know, so the whole case is fearing the Lord, man. What you doing?
Yeah. At Proverbs 1:7, it says, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Hey, man.
There you go. Because that's why Abraham in the scriptures, Abraham and Dadon and men under them was foolish.
Abraham Ram or something.
Not Abraham.
Wrong.
It's D-I-R-A-M.
No.
Abraham.
A-B.
Yeah,
A-B-R-I.
No,
It's
A-B-I-R-A-M. Yeah, A-B-I. Look,
Oh, yeah. Wrong.
look.
Nah, you right. Because I can see it now.
A-B-I-R-A-M.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Korah, I forgot Korah, two Korah, Dadon,
Yeah.
and Abraham, because it was three of them. They were the spearheads of the rebellion.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Right, they were the leaders of the rebellion.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why they got that's why they got the judgment they received, because they provoked the Lord.
Yeah.
They didn't fear the Lord, because the fear of the Lord is what the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. Only a fool would despise the counsel of the Lord. Only a fool would challenge the order that the Lord set up. They show themselves to be foolish through the scripture. They show themselves to be fools, man. And it's the same spirits coming back today, because you got fools in Israel now that come against the apostles, that come against the order, right? That's rejecting their counsel and want to do their own thing.
And the reason why they want to do their own thing is
And they don't realize they provoking the Lord.
that too, but the point is you jealous of the man of the Lord.
Right.
That's the key.
Yep.
You incapable of okay, now we could go all the way back. Now we could go all the way back to the point. You don't like instruction. If you don't like instruction, why are you even reading the Bible?
Exactly.
Because the Bible is about discipline, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's about doing things in decency and in order. Right? It's about a time for this and a time for that. You understand what I'm saying? The Bible gives instructions, man, on how to survive this madness, man.
Right.
Not just survive it, but exceed above. You know what I mean? Exceed above all of the foolery. So now you can see clearly.
Right.
You know if you ever flown in a plane, the clearest vision or the clearest view is when you go above the clouds. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's nothing interfering those miles and miles and miles and miles in space. You get where I'm coming from?
Right.
And that's how you can see things clearly. When you down in the fog and the smog amongst all of these weirdos, you know they can confuse things if you're not solidly grounded, man. If you're not grounded on a solid foundation, you can get pushed to the side, man. You can start blowing whichever way the wind blows.
Right.
You know? And know that the Lord is out here doing what he do on purpose, man. And that's another thing that you should really be paying attention to, that when these brothers is falling out, It's not because they're tough and want to, just come up out of nowhere. No, it's the Lord exposing them like a pimple that just bust on its own.
Right.
It didn't bust on its own. It was at a head. It was at a point where it couldn't stand one more second in that weak ass flesh. It had to expose itself.
Right. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 20. It said the root of wisdom is to fear the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, and the branches thereof are long life. See? That's why these dudes they don't stay in the truth with that long. Right? They got a short life in the truth. And then what? They back in the world. Or they a scoff or a mocker, and they coming against their apostles. A reprobate. But the point is they don't have a long life. They don't stay in long in the truth. They don't have a long life in this truth. It said the just shall live by faith. Why? Because their faith was small. Because they didn't fear the Lord, man. They didn't really believe, man. They didn't fear the Lord, and what? They was bullshitting, they was playing around, right? And they got uprooted. They got uprooted because ultimately why? They didn't want to get in order. Dudes that don't fear the Lord don't want to get in order, which means eventually if they in this truth, they're going to get uprooted. And they don't repent and change their ways and get in order and get right, they're going to get uprooted.
Exactly.
You know? It's about to be that.
What time?
Yeah, it's 10:11.
2:11?
Yeah, 2:11.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's the spirit, huh?
2:11. I was thinking about like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh! That's Thessalonians 2:11.
Oh, shit.
Bring that up.
I ain't even know. I was like,
Bring that up. 2 Thessalonians 2:11.
what's that scripture? I ain't
You said that twice. Not twice, but once today.
2:11. The 2 Thessalonians 2:11. And for this cause, power shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. Verse 12, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. And dudes that come against the order, dudes that don't want to get in order, dudes that want to come against the elders and apostles and the men over them, they had pleasure in unrighteousness. Hence why the Lord gave them a strong illusion. Like, you know what? Like he did with Dadan, Ibrahim, and Korah. Like, you know what? And we come together, we can come against these guys, man. We could do our own thing. We could set up our own order. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to follow this. We can set up our own thing, set up our own order. And you see what happened? They provoked the Lord. And they got literally swallowed up. They got destroyed, man. Exactly. They got destroyed. To show you, like, yo, fall in line and get in order, man.
This reaching?
Yep.
Yes, sir. All right.
All right.
You got that Merry Christmas? Oh, we don't celebrate.
Oh, you don't? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You celebrate the birth of Christ at other times.
Oh, yeah. Passover.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Celebrate the Passover.
You understand? You sound like one of those country people.
We celebrate the birth of Christ. I was about to say, hell no.
Christmas. Like,
We celebrate Christmas. We don't celebrate Christmas. Oh, hell no.
Bro,
And he bugging, because you don't understand that December 25th is not the Lord's birthday. The Lord was born in the springtime, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're like, bro, that go back to Saturnalia. That's a Roman pagan holiday, man, where they was giving of the gifts, right? Men would have orgies, have sex with each other, you know what I'm saying? And throw wild, crazy-ass parties, man. Saturnalia, look it up. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with serving the Lord. And I said this in a lesson. I said when you look up the word Christmas, they go back to the Latin masi, which means to dismiss.
Wow.
So Christmas,
Right.
or Christmasi, right, in the Latin Christmasi, which means what? Christmas in the English, which means what? To X out Christ, to the dismissal of Christ.
That's why they ex-mas.
Right.
That's why they put the ex-mas.
See, Masi.
Christmas.
Right. Now go back to Masi, which means dismissal. So you're not celebrating, right? Yahweh.
That's why they're doing it at the end of the year.
So y'all and also that's why you got Santa, which is Satan.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
Sitting on his lap.
Ain't no coincidence that you got Santa, the main protagonist of Christmas.
Right.
And y'all celebrating Christmas. That's the dismissal of Christ. Come on, bro. Y'all not celebrating the Lord. Y'all Xing him out.
Only fools wouldn't see it, but that's what's basically happening. Lord is sifting out. Those who can hear from those who can't. I'm gonna close out this song. I know you got something else.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw this out real quick. But they gonna do the same stupid shit on New Year's. They gonna be like, oh, it's the New Year. It's not the New Year. You in the middle of winter. That's why when you go in the
That's why April 1st is called the April Fool's, for the fact that that's not the beginning of the year. I mean, January isn't the beginning of the year.
That's why in Exodus 12:2 it says, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. That's why the scriptures say that. And it's talking about the time of the Passover, which comes in around March, April, the springtime. So the new year comes into the spring, not the damn middle of winter, bro. That's what the animals got more sense than you. Don't see no squirrels and no damn flies and no bees coming out here. They got more sense than you, man. Bears is hibernating, bro. Yep. They know they ain't this. They know they ain't the new year.
Ain't no crops out here.
Right. They go back again. They go back to a Roman pagan god, Jonas, the two-faced pagan god, Jonas, man. See, that go back to that Roman pagan worship. You know what I'm saying? It's going completely off, man. And y'all gonna sit there thinking it's the new year. Y'all simple, man. Y'all gotta wake the fuck up.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, fine, philosophy. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson, but let me bring out this last precept. Yeah, did I bring out the last precept? Oh, yeah, you said it. Yeah, one more. Amos 5, I think I quoted this one, 21. It says, yeah, Amos 5 and 21, and then we'll close with a song. It says, I hate, I despise, so the Lord hates. Mm-hmm. He said, I hate. Yeah. I don't, Christian be like, oh no, the Lord can't hate. No. Yes, he do. Lord hates.
He do, and he's a racist too.
Yeah, he is. Because he only care about Israel. He don't give a fuck about the nations.
He don't give a fuck
about the other nations. Yeah, he don't.
They like spittle to him.
Right. Isaiah 40, 15 and 17 tell you that. Yeah. Lord don't give a damn. Lord don't give a damn. He don't give a damn about nations. Amos 5 and 21, it says, I despise your feast days.
Stupid people. She actually put her chopper on the side, like she was trying to knock the fucking shit, and it was moving. Like, I'm looking at her like,
yeah, she's wicked, but she don't understand she really condemnation to herself.
She already did. She got her mind. Look how she dressed.
Yeah.
She got on pajamas.
Yeah.
With a coat. Bitch.
Yeah.
You out your fucking mind. You out your cotton picking mind.
She got spirits on her. Amos 5 and 21, it says, I despise your feast days. Those are holidays. So the Lord hates New Year's, Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, Valentine's Day, Martin Luther King Day, 420, St. Patrick's Day,
put it all in one box.
Independence Day, President's Day, Veterans Day, Memorial Day. Lord hate it all. Mother's Day, Father's Day, all of his bullshit. Lord hate it all.
He hates your birthday.
Exactly.
He don't hate the birthday. He hates you celebrating it. Like one day is more important over the other.
Right. All of it. Lord hates that, man. What do you call that? Good Friday. Well, I know. Good Friday, Good Sunday. Ash Wednesday. All that is nonsense to the Lord. It's all foolishness. Yep. Lord hates that. It says, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. The Lord, like, I ain't honoring that. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect that. Lord not respecting them damn, you celebrating them wicked ass damn holidays, man. The Lord only cares about you keeping his high holy days, his feast days. And also, too, some of you, also, yeah.
Lord is a jealous power, man.
Yeah.
You don't give two F's about who you trying to celebrate or look up to or idolize. Nah, dude.
Black History Month, all that. That's what's going on.
And he ain't saying that to all the nations. He only saying that to who he gave instructions.
Right.
You understand? Mm-hmm. Commandments, laws, statutes. That's who he's talking to.
That's right.
It don't pertain to everybody. So, a lot of y'all be thumbing y'all nose and shit. And y'all ain't even in the fold. He ain't even talking to y'all. That's why y'all can eat pork and don't die. And don't get sick, don't get all the illnesses.
Oh, Halloween, can't forget that bullshit.
That's the highest of the highest.
Man.
That's when they get, that's when
Labor
you get
Day.
the purge and shit.
Word, like
It's
all
spooky.
this nonsense, man.
That's when they start sacrificing peoples and babies and shit.
But Day of the
Let me
Dead,
stop saying those.
Day of the Dead, all that nonsense, man.
Yeah. All right, so
Oh,
It's,
it's all foolishness. The only thing the Lord cares about is the elect and those that believe, and that's the elect, man. That's all the Lord worried about. He don't give a damn about the people in the world doing their foolishness, man, because they're gonna get judged. He already know their fate. He know the beginning from the end from the beginning. He know their fate. He only worry about the elect, man. And Lord willing, we make our call election sure, and that we pray and hope that we are part of that elect, man.
that's it.
That's all we could do, man. And just put our trust in the Lord and do the work.
All right. That time is coming.
Oh.
You put me on. I wasn't even paying it no mind. Now you put me on. I'm paying it mine. And you keep going.
Lock you. All right. Lord willing, this is the edifying lesson. We're gonna close out with a psalm, and you know that we did what we were supposed to do, which is feed the lambs and sheep of Yahweh Shema Shah. Remember, the Lord told Peter 3 times, you know, if you love me, feed my sheep. You know, we love Yahweh Shema Shah, so we're gonna feed his sheep, man. That's what we're gonna do. You know, so Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to those of the household of faith, to the house of Dawadah, which is the Hebrew word for house of David, and you know, we'll be on with the next lesson. So we're closing out with a song, and it's edifying.
Yes, sir. This is Psalms 1, right? It's 6 verses real quick. It says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper." The ungodly, Salakia, are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish.
Right, and that's what we're seeing. That's what
And that's
226.
what we talked about all the time.
Yeah, and that's what 226 is. It's the year of the apostates, Asians, and sellouts. You're gonna see a lot of dudes getting sifted out of here
Right.
because cause like the Lord said, the wicked cannot dwell in the congregation of the righteous.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They're gonna wither away. Why? Because they're not gonna be like a tree planted by the water. They're not gonna grow. They're not gonna be healthy and strong. They're not gonna be rooted. They're gonna be weak. So when adversities comes, eventually they're gonna be sifted out of here. When Satan comes, you know, and test their faith, they're gonna be sifted out of here because the Lord's gonna use Satan to test, you know what I'm saying? To test your faith. Like he did with Peter. He said, you know, Satan come Satan come to sift you as wheat. But I pray that your faith fail not, and when I strengthen thy brethren.
Yep.
So we gotta just remember what the Lord. Remember that the Lord is praying for us. Pray that our faith don't fail. Keep praying for ourselves. Keep lifting up those prayers and petitions, and just do the work, man. And just trust the Lord and do the work, man. You know what I'm saying? But yo, those that's not in the right spirit, they ain't right. Lord gonna get them out of here. It's only a matter of time.
Got 2 weeks, sucker.
And with that, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. We give all honor. You got a last point you want to make?
Nah, that's
Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson.
right.
We give all honor, all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua,
Truth is sincerity.
right. Double honor to the elder apostles, elder bishops, elders that rule well, that serve the sincerity, right, for the flock and for the name Yahweh Shah,
That's right.
right, and shalom to the hopeful elect, to the house of Awadah. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson, and that you know that you was edified, man. That's what it was about, edification.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? The building up of the saints.
All right.
So with that, he say, Kwam Yasharallah,
Kwam Yasharallah,
Kwam Yasharallah,
the Bible Ball.
Abba Ball.
Shalom.
Shalom, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom.
Till next time.
Khan, Shalom, Shalom. Abba Ball, man. Keep pushing. Keep your faith strong. Keep your medicine, like the elder Apostle Ricard said, keep your medicine strong, man. Keep your medicine strong. And Lord willing, we'll see.
Before you duck, man.
That's right. Beg for the oil, man. Beg for the oil.
Right.
Because dudes is losing their oil. So beg for the
daily.
oil. Yeah, beg for the oil. Beg for that oil. Beg. Beg the Lord for the oil and that, you know, it keeps you on the walk.
Right.
So with that, we say shalom. We'll come out with another live lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. And with that, we say, with that, we say shalom. Kwam Yasharallah, shalom. Keep the faith. Stay strong. Keep the faith. Keep fighting. Shalom.
Hit the butt. Keep George Bush's butt.